Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. If you haven't been here before, I'm Jordan Swankler. If you have been here before, you already knew that, so we'll just get going here. I have my energy drink here. I'm trying to get sort of hyped up to do the video. It's not really working too well. This seems like the leaner and leaner that I keep on getting as the competition comes, the more caffeine is required just to do normal daily functions like stand up off the sofa. It's quite challenging, honestly. But in today's video, as you saw from the title, it is a video about making spaghetti. Low calories, going to keep you full for hours and hours, and at the same time taste amazing. I actually prefer this recipe over top of the higher calorie recipe that you'd normally eat. This recipe seems to taste a little bit sweeter from the vegetables in it. You guys will have to let me know what you guys think of the recipe. I know, like I said, I personally love it, and I eat it during my dieting season and in my off season. So if you guys do not know what this is called a spaghetti squash. And just like the name, we will be making spaghetti out of it. It is honestly one of the best food hacks that I think I have come across. So before we get started with cutting this thing up, you want to set your oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit, get that warmed up, and I'll get the cutting block ready and we'll get started. Alright guys, I think I got the camera angled where you guys can see everything just right. So we're going to start with our spaghetti squash, put it on the block, and you're going to make sure that you have a good knife, because if you do not, or it's not sharp, you are going to have a fun time with this. So what I like to do is start in the center, push my knife the whole way through it, and then just rotate it down, get a nice straight cut. Then I go put it down through, halfway through where you started at, and just hit it off the butcher block. It makes it a lot easier to slice it rather than muscling your way the whole way through it. So like that, you should be good. Now, just like pumpkins, you want to scrape all these insides out. Make sure you get rid of all the seeds. Just throw them away. I'm actually not sure if you can cook the seeds up like canned pumpkin seeds or not. I've never heard of anyone trying that with this. If you have tried it and it's any good, let me know down below, because I'm really curious about that now, but not curious enough to cook up spaghetti squash seeds. So if I could keep from making a mess, I might have to scrub the floor after this. All right, so now we got the spaghetti squash cleaned out, as you can see. So I know a lot of people that have cooked this will say that you need to add some sort of oil or something to these. You do not need to add any sorts of oils or anything. If you want to add some 0-calorie seasonings for this, feel free. But if you're going to add any sorts of oils like olive oil, you're just going to add a bunch of extra calories. Olive oil has, I believe, per tablespoon about like 120 calories, and a tablespoon's not that much. So you want to avoid using anything like that, even though I know it's healthy and being in a calorie deficit is two different things. So just because a food is healthy doesn't mean it's good for your weight loss goals. So now we got these cut up. We're just going to put them onto a tray, stick them in the oven at 400 degrees again for about 45 minutes to an hour. And I'll show you what they look like whenever they're all finished up. But while these are cooking, I'm going to go do my cardio that I have to do yet today, and I will be right back. All right, guys, we are back. As you can see, the spaghetti squash is done. They get a little shriveled up on the outside edges there in a little bit. I guess not really blackened, but it's golden. So we're going to take that out. Leave them sit there for a good half hour or so. That way you aren't burning yourself when you're shredding these up. I'll show you exactly how to shred everything up. And make everything more macro friendly for spaghetti here after a bit. Alright guys, I'm finally back. The spaghetti squash is fully cooled off. So I'm going to show you how to shred this up. So this is a really simple process. Just take the fork and just slowly go at it, and it'll pull it apart in like a stringy manner. So as you can see, just slowly work it. If you go through the husk, it will make it a pain in the butt, so just like take your time with it. And this is absolutely one of the best meals. It has like a really sweet taste to it. Just don't knock it before you try it, basically, type of deal. There is a really neat hack that I have for you guys as well after this for an alternate way to make spaghetti low calories. I'll show you at the end here, but I will go ahead and fast forward through this now that I've showed you guys how to correctly make this. Before I do that, for every 155 grams of the spaghetti squash that you have, so 155 grams is only 42 calories. So like the amount of spaghetti they can make is really staggering. The main calories come in whenever you use like the chicken, and your protein sources is where you get most of your calories from this. Most of the calories are not coming from the vegetables, unless you're using like 5 pounds of this, which I don't think anyone's really going to eat 5 pounds in one sitting. I ain't gonna lie. You could eat this every single meal every day and still not be able to eat at maintenance because you're so full from it. And it's really, I mean, knowing little tricks like this is what makes dieting, I wouldn't say easy, but easier. You don't have to struggle or fight near as hard as what you would on like some sort of starvation diet. So yeah, like I said, I'm gonna fast forward through this, and I will see you guys after I am all finished up. So now that we have successfully made a mess out of my cutting board, we're going to use Hunt's garlic and herb. It has 35 calories per half cup, or 125 grams. So I use 2 servings for this normally. Now, so that whole spaghetti squash, it came out to 486 grams. So I mean, that's like only like 120 calories in spaghetti squash. So it's really not that much for the whole plate full. Alright, so now we're just going to add in 250 grams. There we go. Now, at this point, this is where you get to be a little bit, or experiment a little bit with whatever you like. So, after this, you have everything that's going to get you full and make you full for a while. But to be anabolic and be healthy, you got to have some sort of protein source in here, because there's really virtually no protein in this. So you can go with, I've used cottage cheese in this before. Doesn't sound the greatest, but I'm telling you, it is good. It gives like a cheesy texture, especially whenever you heat it up. You can go with like a fat-free mozzarella cheese on top of it, and just add however many calories you're able to add and still fit your macros for this. So for me, I'm going to be using this as one of my meals for tomorrow. I'm going to be using 2 servings of chicken. So it'll be like 226 grams pre-cooked, not after cooked. This is pre-cooked, 226 grams. So that'll give me 56 grams of protein in this chicken. So I'll just get this cut up. I like to cut up in small pieces, that way it spreads out a little bit more. It makes it seem like there's a lot more chicken than what there actually is. Little dieting trick. But in this entire plate here, we will have roughly about 440 calories roughly. I'm not sure about exactly, I'd have to punch in and know, but right around that mark, and that's about it's consistent what one of my meals would be throughout the day. This will be a bit of a treat. I normally don't have spaghetti squash throughout the week. I usually save these more savory foods for the weekend whenever I'm not working. I can actually cook everything up fresh. Almost done. And there we go. We are all finished up. I'm going to readjust everything, then we'll show you my other tricks that I have for you as well. Alright guys, so I am back and I am dripping a little bit. Jeez. So, here you go. This is your plate of spaghetti. Look at that. I mean, it fills the entire plate. This is actually, let me weigh it quick. This is 1.5 pounds of food, excluding the plate. So you get 1.5 pounds of spaghetti, 440 calories. That is going to keep you full for a while. I mean, it's not going to keep you full all day, but it's going to keep you full for a good 3 to 4 hours. Especially with all the fiber from the vegetables, from the spaghetti squash. And then you have the high protein from the chicken. It's going to help you stay on track for your diet and make dieting easier than what it would be on like low calorie dense foods. Like if you get peanut butter, you can only have a tablespoon of peanut butter for 180 calories. So 2 tablespoons, I believe. I don't know, but basically if you took 1 spoonful of peanut butter, is the equivalent to almost this amount of calories from one heaping spoonful of peanut butter is equivalent to this in calories. It's actually really insane. If you get 4 ounces of ground beef, just the 60/40, your normal cheap ground beef that you buy at the store that most people use, that is 180 calories. So an 8 ounce burger with no bun, no sauces, no added oils, no anything, just an 8 ounce burger is the same amount of calories as this. So diet smarter, not harder. The next little trick, if you do not like the spaghetti squash, you can get what's called miracle noodles. Now these things, for the entire bag, has 2 servings in it, is 10 calories. You really cannot beat it. You have to rinse them off and then boil them, even though they're set in water. You have a little bit of a different texture to it. It's not like regular pasta, but it does actually work really well for making spaghetti. But they're a little more pricey. If you want to find these, you've got to look in the gluten-free section. And I'm not sure what all stores carry them. There's only one store I was able to find them at. So if you do look hard enough though, you will be able to find them. Other than that, that's all I have for this video. I want to put this in a container, save that for tomorrow. And if you guys want to see more recipes like this, some of the low calorie, high volume food, comment down below. If you have any suggestions on the types of food that you'd like to see, let me know and I can make that happen. Like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Every comment and like is very appreciated. If you want any sort of personal training or personal coaching, some workout plans, by all means, follow me on Instagram. My name will be in the description below. And send me a message. I'll be happy to help you out and do whatever it takes to help you reach your goals. So until next time, I'll catch you guys later.